you know, then I collected thousands of matchbook covers, and somehow this habit of collecting things I find on the street led me to start collecting aluminum cans that had been flattened, and they looked like little mosaic tiles ready to be, you know, do something creative with, because they got so many have brilliant colors, and there's like an explosion of designs in metal cans. So I just started picking them up for my own amusement, and I'd recycle them. But then I decided, well, maybe I can make something. I don't have to recycle them right away. So I started filling 5-gallon buckets with these cans, and I liked them when they were flat, when I found them in the parking lot, because they didn't have any juice left. And if they got, you know, soda inside, then it's sugary and it spills and attracts insects and everything. But I worked with what I had. I tried to get flat cans, and over a couple of years I ended up with like 5 or 10 buckets of these cans. And then I decided I have to make something with them. And my first thing I made was a vest for a pharmacy show. It was a wearable aluminum can vest. And it was, you know, it worked, but it wasn't comfortable. It's not the sort of thing you'd want to wear all the time. So I thought, well, there's got to be something else I can make with these cans. And I just somehow last spring, I was just sitting in the basement and I sketched out a little design. I thought, like a cathedral, like a big arch, and I had like 6 columns, 5 spaces between the columns, very regular. So, you know, I just got in my head that I would make this and then fill in the spaces between the wood pillars with aluminum cans that are riveted together. And this is what came out. It became much more organic because the pieces of wood I found. I first thought I tried using honeysuckle, which is an invasive species, and there's honeysuckle forests around here, like in Washington Park, and they're trying to get rid of it. So I cut a bunch of honeysuckle, but I never used it, because then I got the brilliant idea, well, cedar doesn't rot, and I work with cedar, and I love cedar. If I can find enough cedar, I'll use that. And then lo and behold, when you look around, you see a lot of cedar trees, and some of them are dead, and they're just there for the picking. And my friend Diane had a dead cedar in her yard.
Diane Leonardo, yeah.
So here's this giant cedar tree full of branches, and I didn't even have a chainsaw at that point. I just had a little hand saw. But I sawed branches, and I bring them home. I have these piles of branches, and I just start playing with them. Like, you know, I like structure and making strong structure, so I use deck screws and just started screwing them together and making these triangles for strength. And then I started filling them in with aluminum panels, and there were about 35 panels, about 1,000 cans. And towards the end, I could put together 2 or 3 panels a day. I really developed a technique where, you know, I'd lay them out on the table. I had a shape, I'd arrange the colors, and they just arranged themselves. Like it was weird. Like I'd have all these Dr. Pepper cans, you know, and they're like, well, you know, where's that going to go? And then that color would seem to work good against a black or a red. You know, you sort of modulate the colors just instinctively. And that we finally got finished, you know, and that's the story, you know. And then I realized the light is the magical thing. The fact that light reflects off of it, it's a living light presence, you know. The cans are just a vehicle to draw out light. So it's animated light. So
Animated.
yeah. Okay, turning it back over to Wendy.